We're going to start the class lying down in Shavasana. So just take a moment to lie down in Shavasana, and if you want to, you can prop your head up on a blanket if you want to. So just lying down on the floor, palms facing up towards the sky. So letting those palms face all the way up. So tonight we're going to just be working through a nice slow flow, just to give you ease your body into the evening. And just to ease into the shoulders, into the hips, and just allow yourself to release so that we have a nice sleep tonight. So as we lie here, let's start to focus in on the breath. That cool breath as you breathe in. And that warm breath as you exhale. And each time you exhale, just feel yourself dropping deeper into the air. Expanding, contracting. And be aware of your breath here. Be aware of your chest rise and be aware of your chest falling. Be aware of your body on the earth. And as we breathe, start to listen to the sound of your breath. Just encouraging just a gentle ujjayi breath. As we breathe in, we can feel the ribs and belly expanding. And then as we exhale, just dropping into the earth. Now as you breathe in, just imagine that like the palms, you're breathing down to the hands. We just breathe in, we kind of lift the chest and the palms, the hands open slightly. And then as you exhale, soften the hands and let the body release down into the earth. And then as we breathe in, we feel the body almost rising slightly as we breathe in here. And then as we exhale, just dropping down into the earth. And feeling that movement, just that rise and fall. And just let the hands open. So we breathe in, we feel the whole body opening. And then we let the whole body release down. Just opening the chest and the heart here. As we breathe in, open up in those hands. As we exhale, just let the hands drop onto the belly. Chin tucked in, shoulders relaxing down into the earth, elbows just releasing into the earth. And just feeling that breath flow. Draw the hands onto the ribs and feel the breath into the ribs. Feel your hands breathing out into the side of the ribs as we breathe in. And as we exhale, just releasing. Just breathing in, breathing out. Keep those shoulders relaxed, but we can still feel that breath moving in the body. And just have your focus on your breath. And maybe dedicate your practice to focusing on your breath today, moving the fingers up to the collarbones. So hands on the top, on the collarbones, hands on the chest, fingers on the collarbones. And feel yourself just breathing here all the way up to the collarbones. And then breathe in, taking the arms up over the head. Stretch into those fingers. Stretch into the toes. Feel that body lengthening and opening. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then we're going to exhale, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Hug that right knee in. And then lifting the head up towards the knee. And then from here, releasing all the way down. And again, exhale, lifting the head up. And releasing all the way down. Take hold of the right toe and just draw that right knee back towards the right shoulder. And the right foot comes up towards the sky and the left leg on the floor. Now you might find that the left leg bends off the floor, and that's okay. We're going to kind of let that happen today, so you can bring that right knee, so the left leg can bend a little bit and the right knee can come up and towards that shoulder. It's really lengthening into the side of the body. Keeping those hips drawn down. And then from here we're going to breathe in. Extend the left leg now. Extend the left arm. Bend that left hand. Come onto the left hand. And then let the left hand just cup onto the head, and we're going to come onto our side. Now the temptation is to kind of roll back into the right hip, so we're going to lift up out of that right hip, come right onto the left side of the body here, and just stretching and lengthening. You might feel that you're rolling back, but we're going to try and keep that chest coming forward, that right hip rolling forward. And then from here we're going to bring that right foot down onto the earth, just in front of that left hip. And then we're going to lift up onto that left elbow. So that right foot's in front of the left hip. We're going to balance onto that left elbow here just for a moment. Take this right arm, lift and stretch that right arm up towards the sky. Now from here we're going to press into the right foot, press into the edge of the left foot and lift up, so it's kind of like into a side plank. Lift the hips up and let that right arm come over the head. Press into that right foot. And then exhale and let that right hand come all the way down by the side. And then again, breathe in, lift in, just lift the hip up towards the sky. The right hip resting on the left elbow and the left side of the foot. And exhale and coming all the way down. And then breathe in. And one last time, lifting up, taking the arm over the head, lift into the right ribs, and then exhale, coming all the way back down. Now from here we're going to keep that right knee where it is, roll the right shoulder back to the earth, and lift the right arm slightly above and keeping that right leg over. And try to pull that right leg a little bit further up to the left side. So we come into that nice twist here. We're just twisting through left hand onto the right knee. Feel that stretch. And as we stretch, the muscular and skeletal system really stretch out into those lymph nodes. And then from here, rolling all the way back. Take that right leg along the floor, bring the left leg to join it, stretch into those fingers. Stretching, lengthening, exhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest, hug that left knee in. Exhale, lift the head up towards the knee. And then from here, breathe in and releasing down. And again, exhale, lift the head. And then releasing down. Now bring the left foot, take hold of the left toe, and bring that left knee down towards the left shoulder. So the left shoulder's here, left knee is here. And just drawing back into this. Right leg can bend a little bit if you want to bend that right leg. And that will just lift the tailbone up a little bit, and you'll probably roll into the lower back. And you can bring that left shoulder over to left knee. Relax here, sole of the foot up towards the sky. And each time we exhale, just think about drawing that left knee down towards that left shoulder. So we're really opening up into that psoas muscle. From here, we're going to take the right arm over the head, stretch into that right leg. So the right leg moves away, the right Arm moves away. Come onto the elbow. Whoop, and push into that left foot. Now, if you feel a little bit wobbly, just bend that right knee, that's fine. But if you feel you can, just stretch out into that right leg and bring that left leg up and over the head, just as far as you can. You don't have to hold the toes, you can hold the calf, you can hold the thigh, or if you've got a strap, you can use the strap. But we're not going to be there that long. Just hold it here, work into your core. And then think about bringing this left foot down onto the floor. Bring it down first of all, and then come up onto that left elbow. So we're on the left side of the body. And think about bringing that left heel sort of in line with the right hip. And then the right elbow's on the earth. Press down into this left foot. Breathe in, lift the hip up, balancing on the foot and the elbow. Take the left arm over. And then exhale, sinking all the way down. Take a nice long deep breath in, lifting all the way up so you're on the elbow and the side edge of the foot. And exhale, and releasing all the way down. And breathe in and lift up. And exhale, rolling down. Now just bring the left hand down onto the floor, slide that right shoulder onto the floor. Bring this left shoulder onto the floor. Take the right hand onto the left knee and pull it up a little bit. Look over to the left hand and just twist in through. Let the shoulders come down, yeah? And then from here, breathing in, coming all the way back. Taking that left foot down. Take the left hand and right arm above the head. Stretch through the body. Extend both legs out. And then exhale. And then bring both knees in towards the chest. So just drawing both knees in. Take the hands onto the big toes. Let the knees open. Bring the elbows down onto the inside of the knees. And then maybe take a little rock here. Just backwards and forwards. So in our happy baby. And then from here we're going to breathe in. Take the legs out to the side. Stretch out into the inner thigh. Keep that chin tucked in. Maybe take the hands onto the calves. Point the toes so you feel it. That flexion, not the flexion, you feel the extension into the foot. And then exhale, push into those heels so you feel a slightly different stretch down the back of the legs. From here, we can then hug the knees back in, but keep the knees slightly wide. Take the hands behind the knees. And then from here, so I've got my legs slightly wide still. And then we're going to rock a little bit and we're going to come up. So the legs are slightly wide and we're going to just lift those legs. And then exhale, have a little roll through the body. Keeping those legs slightly wide. And exhale, coming up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Lifting the chest and the heart, taking those legs out. Opening and lifting and lengthening. Feel that stretch. Bring the soles of the feet together. Lift up through the heart. From here we're going to cross the ankles, come forward over onto the hands, onto the knees. Tuck the toes under and then push back into your downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone high. And then just bringing some movement to the legs. So try and be mindful about this practice, swinging those hips from side to side. Press down into the hands. Bend those knees. So take the feet a little bit wider. Bend those knees. Drop the bottom down into sort of, so my legs are slightly wide apart. And then as I exhale, I just push back. Okay, so pushing back. Then from here we're going to breathe in. Come forward. Exhale, push back. Drop the hips down. And breathe in. And exhale. drop all the way down. Walk the hands all the way back. Drop the bottom down towards the earth. Bring the elbows, push the elbows out. Bring the thumbs into the heart. Coming into a little squat here. Maybe just, you can rock from side to side. You can rock backwards and forwards, lifting the chest. Keep the back and the neck in line here. Exhale, let the hands drop down to the earth. Let the bottom come up towards the sky. Drop the head all the way down. And just stretching, lengthening through the body in our Uttanasana. Breathe in, come up onto the toes, stretch into those toes. Exhale, keep on those toes, drop the bottom all the way down in between the legs. And then from here, from the toes, heels up, drop the heels down onto the earth, bring the palms together. So we should kind of like waking up the legs here. You might be able to feel that. Bring the palms together, lift and open the heart. And then from here, exhale, hands down onto the floor. Push the bottom halfway up this time. Knees are bent. Chest and heart forward. Breathing in, bring the left hand in, take the right arm up towards the sky. Twist it out here. Exhale, straighten the legs. Let the right hand come down. Bend those knees, breathe in, left arm reaches up. Look up to that left hand. Exhale, straighten through those legs. Let the head release. Heel toe towards each other. Relax those shoulders. Breathe in, lift those arms up towards the sky. So have a good stretch all the way up. Lift into those fingers. Press down into those feet. Keep those shoulders relaxed. From here, we're going to lift the left leg. Just lift the left leg up. And then step forward with that left leg. Bring the right leg up. And then step forward with the right leg. Lift the left leg up. From here, just take that foot across that right knee, that left foot. Come down into your Indian squat. So we're just going to drop down. Think about that knee coming out to the side. You don't have to come down very far. But if you want to come down a little bit further, just take the hands all the way down towards the earth. Otherwise you can just stay here, but if you want to, just come from your Indian squat. So you're kind of like working through the hips. And if you've got blocks around, you can use blocks. You can bring the hands down, bending into that right knee there. And then from here, breathe in, lifting all the way up. Lift that left leg all the way up. Exhale, take that left leg back, reach the chest and the heart forward. And keeping that body lifted. Bend that right leg, whoops, take that left leg back onto the earth. Sweeping that left arm up and over. Exhale, look down to the left hand, bring the right arm up towards the sky. Stretch out into those right fingers, reach down with the left hand. You can take the hand on the hip if you want to. Just holding it here. Roll the shoulders all the way down the back. Make sure you're not gripping with those toes, spreading out through those toes. Breathe in. As we exhale, reach that right hand forward. You can take the hand down onto the floor. Now, if you do, I suggest to take a brick. You can take the hand in front or behind. But take a moment just to check into your body. Is your arm like hanging over and the hips lifted? Drop deep. Push out into that left heel. And that left arm is up and over the head. Roll the ribs into Parsvakonasana. Hold it here. Use that Ujjayi breath, press into the fingers. Exhale, sweep that left hand all the way down. Bend that left leg, reach with those with the right hand and the left hand. You're just sweeping through. Holding it here. Breathe in, come over to the other side. Left hand fall over to the left foot. And then exhale, coming all the way round. Bring the right hand onto the floor. Circle that left arm up towards the sky. Stretch all the way up. Exhale, bring that hand all the way down towards the earth. Take this left leg up towards the sky. Lift that left leg up. Reach into that left leg. Bring that left knee in towards the nose. Come forward into plank. Breathe in, taking that left leg all the way up. Exhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest. Bring that left leg into your pigeon leg. Bring the elbows down onto the floor. So we've kind of got like a sphinx top and like a pigeon bottom. And then roll the shoulders, pull the chest and heart forward. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, extend those arms out onto the floor. And it's always nice, I've got my blanket here, so I just pop my blanket underneath my left hip. And that gives me a little bit of support here. So I don't feel that my muscles are gripping. I can just kind of let go into it. Reaching those hands forward and the back leg back. Listen to the sound of your breath. Lift the chest, walk the hands back. Lifting, opening the heart. You can walk the hands right the way back. You can take your hands onto your blocks. And that gives you, I know down the other end of the mat, but that gives you some extra stretch and a deeper stretch if you've got blocks and you take your hands on the blocks if you want to. So keeping those shoulders dropping back, drop into that right hip. And then exhale, releasing all the way down. Pick up these, we're going to pick up that knee, pull that knee in towards the chest. Take that left foot all the way back to join the right foot. Come down onto the knees. And breathe in and sitting back. Keeping those toes tucked under just for a moment. So keep those toes tucked under, lift both arms up towards the sky. Stretch into the fingers, exhale, let those hands come down to the earth. I know not everyone likes having those toes tucked under in that broken toes pose. Take the feet a little bit wider, push back. Let those hips drop down and just push in those knees out. Bring the hands just rocking through a little bit. Just rock through the body. Let the breath flow here. And then from here we're going to take the hands onto the floor. Push the bottom up towards the sky. Come right up onto those toes so you can feel it like in the back of the calf. So you can actually, if you take your hand there, you'll feel that bulbous muscle. That's your gastrocnemius muscle here in the back of the calf. And you're probably feeling that. Now keep on the toes. We're going to squat back down. Just squatting down. Keep up on those toes. So we kind of like stretch out into those legs. Exhale, drop the heels all the way down onto the earth. Hands onto the floor. Push the bottom halfway up. From here, the right arm lifts up towards the sky. Stretch and twist. And then exhale, let that right hand come all the way down. Left arm comes up towards the sky. Stretch and twist. Exhale, let that left hand come all the way down towards the earth. Breathe in, lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretching up nice and tall. Just pop up onto the toes, stretch out those calves a little bit more. Exhale, drop those heels all the way down. From here we're going to breathe in, we're going to step with the left leg. So just step in that left leg. Exhale, step forward. Lift the right leg. And exhale. And step the left leg. Exhale, bring the hands into the heart, let that left leg come out. Hopefully, is that the right? Actually, I think it's the right leg we need to do. So I think we've done the left leg, haven't we? So yeah, sorry, right leg, take the one more, take the right leg over. And then from here, we're going to come over. So you can just come into an Indian squat here if you want to. If that feels okay, you don't want to go any further than that today, if you feel wobbly. If you want to take those hands down onto the floor, take the hands down onto the floor. So we come into, try to keep the left ankle on the right ankle on the left knee as we come down. So that knee drops out. And then from here, breathe in. We're going to lift all the way up, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, take that right leg back. Keep that chest and the heart coming forward. Stretch out into that leg. Drop the right leg down, drop the right heel, bring the right arm all the way up and over. Maybe even look down to that right hand, bring that left hand up towards the sky. Stretch in and lengthen in. Breathe into it. And just drop in those arms down. And then breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to come forward. You can use a block here. You don't have to use a block. But if you're not using a block, try not to keep that hip up. Try and get down low. Extend that right arm. Where are my blocks? They're all down the other end. There's one. And so I'm just going to take that left hand in front. Sometimes I take it behind. But today I'm just going to take it in front, dropping down nice and low. And then from here, exhale, let that right hand drop down. Bend the right knee, just easing back and over. And exhale, over to the other side, just sweeping the hands over. Nice long deep breaths here. From here, exhale. I'm just wondering, have I gone wrong here? No, we're fine. We're going to come round, toes facing both down to that right foot. Drop in, spin that right arm up towards the sky. Stretch that right arm up. Press into the hand, press down into the left hand. Get that spin in the body. Keep those legs nice and strong. Exhale. Take that right hand down to the earth. Sweep that right leg up towards the sky. Breathe in, bring the knee in towards the nose. Take that leg up. And then from here, bring the knee in towards the nose. Take that leg across. Slide it out into that left leg. Lowering down, extend into that left leg, tuck those toes under, pull the chest and the heart forward, and then release the head. Just hold it here for a moment. Letting those hips open. And then from here, breathe in, lifting the hands up. And if you've got blocks and you want to use them, but be careful because that is quite a strong, deep stretch. And if you feel that you're kind of sinking into the shoulders, just bring the hands back onto the floor. Otherwise, if you want to, you've got blocks you can lift up and use and stretch and lengthen here. Open the chest, roll the shoulder blades all the way down the back. Good, lovely. Open the hearts. And then exhale. Move the bricks out of the way. Tucking those toes under. Tuck that left leg under. Lift that right leg. Bring the right foot to join the left foot. Turning that tailbone all the way up towards the sky. And then from here we're going to walk, step or jump forward and taking the feet wide of the hands. So you can step, walk, jump and then drop down so we come back into that froggy position here. Palms together, open through those hips. Maybe a little rock again here. So we're doing quite a bit of work into those hips and just holding it here. Breathe in, let the hands come down to the earth, push the tailbone up towards the sky. Take those feet face forward, come up onto those toes. Really feel those calves working. Exhale, release down, heel toe the feet in towards each other. Breathing in, lift those arms all the way up into Utkatasana. Stretch out, push that tailbone away as we come into our chair pose. So really think about dropping back, making sure the knees aren't knocking together and the ankles apart, or the knees, so you're not like that and you're not like that. You're kind of either knees together or knees and ankles apart. And just dropping into those hips. Feel that lovely extension from the tailbone all the way up towards the hands. Take a nice long deep breath in. Lifting that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, taking those arms back. Stretching, come forward, bend the right leg. Reach that left arm forward. Exhale like we did before, just nice and slowly. Bring that arm up towards the sky. Stretch into that right arm. Open up the soles of the feet. Bend in that front knee. Good. Press out into that back heel. Look up to that top hand. From here we're going to breathe in. Exhale. We're going to come forward, so you can modify that to Parsvakonasana by bringing the arm onto the knee. Or you can take the hand down onto the floor. You can use the block. All my blocks are here's one. Into the mat. Just stretching, rolling through. And then from here, exhale, bring that hand all the way down. Bend that left leg. So we kind of like stretch into the right leg. Bend the right leg, so we stretch out in that left leg, nice stretches. Come back to the center, heel toe in. Bend those knees, breathe in. Lift it up into our temple pose, our temple bodice pose. Just lift the body up. Yes. Holding, just nice and high here. Bend those knees a little bit deeper. And then lift the arms up, come onto the toes. So coming onto those toes. Sink it down a little bit deeper. Take those arms out to the sides. Come forward, still up on those toes. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. Walk the hands all the way down over to that left foot. Sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Opening up into that hip. Now from here, the back bend we're going to take here. So if you want to, you can come through a vinyasa, bring the knees down, coming through. Or if you want to, you can use the back bend to take that leg, spin that leg all the way around, rotate through, lift the hips and take the arm back. And then Bring that left hand all the way through. Lift that left leg up. Bring that left foot forward to the outside of the left foot. Bring the right foot to the outside of the right foot. Come down into your squat. And if your legs are feeling a bit tired from a squat, you can take a little block and you can just take it underneath. And just pressing those hands together. Maybe taking a little rock backwards and forwards. And then from here, let the hands come onto the floor. Push the bottom up. Heel toe in. Lift in the chest. Exhale, release. Bend those knees. Come on into Utkatasana. Stretch those arms out. Listen to your breath. Lovely deep Ujjayi breaths. Push the bottom back. Drop a little bit lower so we work into those thighs. Breathe in, lift up, lift that right knee. Exhale, take that right leg back. Bring the both chests, the chest forward, lift the right leg. Bend that right knee, drop that left foot back. Sweep that right arm up and over. Look down to the right hand. Left hand comes up towards the sky. Bend that left knee nice and deep. Breathe. Reach down towards that right leg. From here, breathe in. Exhale. Let that left hand come down either onto a brick or onto the floor, or resting on that knee, so you can rest here. But just keeping that angle nice and long. Drop into that front knee, work those legs. Exhale, let that leg come all the way down. Walk that hand all the way round to the centre. Heel toe in. From here, bend those knees. Lift those arms all the way up towards the sky. Coming into your goddess pose. Dropping down. Come up onto those toes, lift those arms up, come down. Now exhale, sweep those arms, just cross the hands. You can use a little mudra here if you want to make it look pretty. And then also, actually not to make it look pretty, to use that energy, keeping it nice and strong. And then exhale, taking those hands all the way over to that right foot. Bring that right arm up, rotate it all the way around. Exhale, let that right hand come all the way down onto the floor. Sweep that right leg up. So here you can do a vinyasa and come through cobra if you want to. Or you can just drop that right foot all the way down. Rotate on the left. Push the right hand up. And then exhale. Come all the way. Lift that right leg up towards the sky, stretch into that right leg, stretch into the left leg, bend that right knee, step that right foot to the inside of the right hand and the left foot to the inside. Bend those knees, lift those arms up towards the sky and exhale. Samastiti here. Listen to the breath. Listen to the sound of the breath in the body, pressing down into those heels. Breathe in. Lift both arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Let the hands drop all the way down towards the earth. Release the head all the way down. Breathe in, lifting the head all the way up. Come up onto the tips of the toes. stretching and lengthening. Bring the knees in towards the chest. From here, if you can, drop the heels down. Reach those arms forward and then come through. And then lifting those legs up into your boat pose. Hold it here. You can take hold of those toes if you want to. And you can stretch and lift. Just see how that feels. Opening through. Keep those shoulders dropping down into the earth. And then from here we're going to exhale. We're going to bring those feet and we're going to have a little rock. So remember right at the very beginning we kept those legs wide. So hold around the back of the thighs. Roll through. Whoop, and then see if you can. That's it. Come up onto the heels and hold it here. Okay, so we've basically gone from back to boat. And I'm just going to move back a little bit. So I'm going to come onto the middle of my mat and stretching out. So we've done lots of hip opening and we've done some nice kind of like movement through the spine. So we're going to come into Bakasana crow pose. So we're going to work our way through it. Think about, we do this is something we are familiar with, this pose. So we're going to think, if you feel that you might go forward, you can take a blanket and put that in front of your face if you want to, or a bolster or cushions, if you feel that you might go forward. If you look back towards the tailbone, that's often when we kind of pitch forward. So we want to kind of keep gazing forward beyond the hands always. So let the hands come down to the floor. Lift the bottom up, straighten into those legs. And when we come into crow, we come into crow from up and then into down. So we use gravity. So just feel it out here. Letting the head go nice and loose and tailbone lifts up. And then from here we're going to breathe in, come up onto those toes, we power up into those legs. Breathe in, pull the chest and the heart forward. Place those hands onto the floor, pull up through your core, slightly rounding through the back. Hinge forward, let the arms rest on the upper. So you try and get your shins up on the top of these triceps. The shins come onto the triceps. Keep looking forward. Now if you're not sure about doing that, maybe you can just try lifting one foot off the floor and then lifting the other foot off the floor. But if you're quite happy and you're holding it there, just keep going with it. Make sure the hands are close to the feet. Keep looking forward. If your arms feel that they're going to collapse down, you can always bring the head down onto the floor, the crown of the head onto the floor. If you want to, you can do that. Otherwise, just give it a go. Think about how strong, good, lovely, lovely Charlotte, good, good, lovely Sarah, good. So we're just keeping our core nice and strong in this pose. Lovely. So from here, we're going to go into a little tripod headstand. And it's not as bad as it sounds. So we're going to come onto our hands and onto our knees to start with. Now usually I would use a little thin brick underneath my head, but I've actually got 2 yoga mats and carpet, so when I'm not in a wooden hall, so I'm not going to bother today with that. I'm just going to do it on my head. But if you are resting your head on something, I want you to make sure that it's not too high, because if it's too high it's going to compress your neck. So it has to be very thin. Yes, if you've got a thin yoga block, what I mean by thin is, let me see if I can just reach one here. I know quite a few of you have got these. So you can see that's really quite thin. Nothing bigger than that. Okay, so then we're going to take that block, and I take it long ways. So put it down that way so it's length that way. Okay. So we're going to come into, we're going to let the head come down onto this block. If you're using the block, I'm not going to use one today. If you are, you can use one. And I'm going to link my fingers around the back of my head as if I was doing a headstand. So my fingers are linked And when your fingers are linked, take the outside little finger and just pull it in underneath. So the little finger should be on the floor. That's it. If you're not sure, have a look first. So we're going to pop the crown of the head onto the floor. My elbows are in nice and tight. Then I'm going to take my hands back to where my elbows are. Now the tendency is to have the hands kind of by the ears, but you want them back where, actually I am going to use that. So you want them back where your elbows were. Then from here we kind of lift up, walk in, and then you just rest the knees on the elbows and you lift. And that's your little tripod headstand, which is actually quite a nice little way if you're not used to going into headstand. Just to do that, just make sure the hands are back. So you come on, take the hands back to where the elbows were. Good, lovely, very nice. And then just popping those the knees onto the triceps, and then just lifting up. That's good, beautiful. That's it, Elaine. Walk in a little bit more. So walk the feet in a little bit more, lift the bottom up a little bit more so you can get the knees on the triceps at the back of the arms. That's it, good. That's it, even just a little, that's it, brilliant. And then you can just lift the feet, trying to keep, good. Good, yay! And then, well done. So it's, and then from here, if you want to and you're used to it and it's in your practice, so you can bring the knees in towards the chest. Be careful there. And if you want to take the feet up towards the sky, you can take the feet up towards the sky. But you don't have to, you can just stay there in the tricep, in the little tripod headstand. That's where we're kind of aiming for today. Okay, lovely. That's it, Charlotte, lovely. Good. And once you actually get in that pose, it's actually, it's okay. It's not too bad. You feel like balanced, and it's just a nice little thing to do. And then kind of like lift up out of the neck so you're not crunching into the neck. Lifting one leg up, very nice there, Charlotte. So good, brilliant. So you can lift one leg up, you can give that a go, or you can lift both legs up, or no legs up. Just make sure the hands are back underneath those elbows when we do that. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to come down. So just letting the knees wide. We're going to come down, bring the elbows forward and just take the hands onto the back of the neck here and just sort of slide the hands kind of up the back of the neck, elbows down on the floor. And just breathe into the back body here. And then exhale and lifting all the way up. Come on to the hands, onto the knees, cross the ankles, rolling all the way back. Extend those legs out in front of you. And we're going to go down into Shavasana in a little while. So if you want to have your warm clothing near your blanket, and then just laying on the back, we're going to just bring the knees in towards the chest, open those knees. Just notice my hips are really quite loose at the moment. Bring the knees in, draw the knees in, open those knees wide, circles. Make two big circles with those knees. The knees are apart, they're not stuck together. They come apart, circle them round, draw them back together. And again, out, circle them around, bring them back together, bring them in, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction, so push them away, circle them out, rolling through. You can feel the sacrum move in here. And then just moving, rolling, bring the knees in towards the chest. Take the arms out to the side, let the knees drop over to the right hand side. Look over to the left hand, soften into the chest. And then from here, breathe in, bring the knees back to the centre. Exhale, take the knees over to the left, look over to the right. Keep that right shoulder just dropping all the way down onto the earth. Lovely stretch, especially when we do hip openers. This is a great stretch to really get into that piriformis muscle here. And then again, bring the knees back to the centre, drop the knees over to the right hand side. Extend that left leg up to the right hand. But try not to have the leg hanging in the air. If it doesn't come down over to the left leg doesn't come to the right hand, just bend the knee, that's fine, so you can just bend the knee. But if you can, take it out, hold on to that foot. Breathe into the left side of the ribs here. And then bring that knee back to the centre. Bring both knees back to the centre. Take the knees over to the other side. And then extend that right leg out. Look over to the right hand, stretching through. Drop the right shoulder into the earth. Turn the head. And then bend that knee. Bring both knees back to the centre. Place both feet onto the floor, then let those knees drop out to the sides. Take the arms above the head, stretch into those fingers. Stretching through the belly. And then exhale, take those hands all the way around, hug those knees in towards the chest. Exhale, lift the head up towards the knees, releasing all the way down, bring the feet onto the floor. From here you can slide those feet out, take those palms up towards the ceiling. Adjust into the shoulders, just notice if there's any adjustment you need to make. Just sling a blanket over you if you feel that you need a little bit of extra warmth. And palms facing up towards the sky. Pull that chin in, make sure the back of the neck is nice and long. Listen to the sound of the breath here. And each exhalation, just feel yourself just dropping down into the earth. With each exhalation, just feel yourself releasing a little bit deeper, a little bit further. And just notice your breath. And just trying to keep your mind with your breath. And if your mind wanders off, that's fine. Just draw it back. Just without any judgment. Just drawing it back into the body. Just feel the whole body melting into the earth. And as you breathe, just notice the points of contact of your body on the earth. Feel yourself being held and supported here. Just letting your body release down. And let this wave of stillness just wash over your body. This wave of letting go of the day. Just moving, releasing. And take a few moments now to be still, to be quiet, to release, to relax, and to let go. a long deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Just sigh the breath away here. And take another nice long deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Sigh the breath away and bring movement to your fingers, to your toes. Allow your body to awaken. Bring the knees in towards the chest. And then rocking those knees from side to side. Drop the knees over to the right hand side. And then when you're ready, just rolling up into a seated position, taking your time. From here, breathe in, lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretch up. Draw the hands together. Let the hands come down to the heart. Just sigh away, just letting go any last tension from your body. And just allowing yourself to come into this space where you can have a deep and restful sleep tonight. So thank you very much for this practice, your practice this evening, and I hope you sleep well tonight. Om Shanti.